You have no idea what she's really thinking. And here's the truth. You were never supposed to. You walk into every day thinking the rules are simple. Be nice, be stable, be the man she says she wants. But there's a side to female psychology in modern dating that nobody will say out loud, especially not her. Because if you ever saw what actually happens behind those eyes, you'd realize you've been playing checkers in a world where she's playing 4D chess. You want honesty? You want the raw code? Good, because I'm about to rip apart every fake rule, every fake smile, every recycled piece of dating advice you've ever swallowed. And trust me, once you know what she'll never tell you, you'll never chase the same way again. Here's the punch. She is always testing. Not sometimes, not when she's in the mood. Always. Modern dating isn't about finding love. It's about power. It's about validation. It's about who can hold out the longest, who can care the least, who can make the other person feel just a little bit less secure. She will never say this out loud, but her actions will scream it if you learn how to listen. Let's start with the game. She won't call it a game. She'll call it standards, intuition, just having options. But pay attention. Every late reply, every story with another guy, every sudden cold snap when you finally show interest is a calculated move. It's not because she's evil. It's because she's been conditioned by a world where attention is currency and commitment is a losing bet. If you want to win in modern dating, you have to understand the psychology she'll never admit. First, she wants to want you, but only if she feels she has to earn it. The second you become safe, the second you become always available, you become invisible. She'll never tell you that the guy who makes her feel like she's got to work is the one she thinks about at 2 a.m. She'll never say that a little chaos, a little unpredictability is the only thing that keeps her coming back. You've heard her say she hates games. You believe her. Big mistake. The truth? The men she talks about the most, the ones she swears she can't stand, are the ones who make her feel something. That bad boy you hate, he isn't always richer, funnier, or better looking. He just knows one thing most men never learn. Her attraction is wired to uncertainty. If you always text back in under 5 minutes, if you rearrange your life for her, if you show up every time she asks, she'll thank you, and then she'll leave you. Not because you did anything wrong, because she can. And because somewhere deep down, she needs to feel that she chose you, not because you made it easy, but because you made her earn it. Nobody tells you about the fear that drives female psychology in modern dating. Fear of missing out, fear of settling, fear of being the one who cares more. So she keeps options, she keeps DMs open, she keeps exes just close enough to feel wanted, but never close enough to threaten her freedom. And you, the guy who's all in, you become the safety net. You become the fallback plan. You think you're making progress because she replies at midnight with, "I miss you." You think you're getting closer because she lets you pay for dinner and laughs at your jokes. But the truth is, she's not investing. She's collecting. She'll never tell you that half the compliments you give never even hit the radar. They're background noise. She'll never admit she craves a man who can walk away. A man who can leave a text on read, who can say no, who can vanish for a week without explanation. That's the man who rewires her brain. You want to know the darkest secret? Her respect for you is born the moment she realizes she can't control you. Not when you buy her flowers, not when you plan the perfect date, not when you tell her you do anything just to see her smile. It's when you disappear. It's when you show her that your world doesn't stop just because she's in it. It's when you have standards, real ones, that you enforce without flinching. She'll never tell you how much she hates a man who worships her. She'll never admit how quickly she gets bored with a man who tries too hard. She wants the challenge. She wants the feeling that she could lose you. She wants you to be wanted by other women, even if she never admits it. You want to know why she stalks your Instagram stories, why she checks who liked your last post, why she throws shade when you don't invite her out, because she's measuring her place in your life against the threat of losing it. She'll never tell you about the games she plays with herself, how she waits to reply, counts the minutes, overanalyzes every word you say to see if you're still interested, how she'll talk to another guy just to make you react, how she'll pull back the second you get too close. It's not manipulation. It's survival. She's been burned. She's watched friends get played, watched men change their minds overnight, watched loyalty get traded for a prettier face. So she tests you again and again, not to be cruel, but to feel safe. She'll never tell you she wants a man who can handle her moods, who won't flinch when she pushes, who knows when to leave and when to pull her back in. She wants a man who knows who he is without her. Not a project, not a puppy, not a pushover. You want to be the exception? Act like you don't need her. Not fake arrogance, real confidence. The kind you build when you're chasing your own life, your own purpose, your own standards. She'll never tell you how much that scares her and excites her. Because in a world where every guy is chasing, simping, begging for attention, the man who can walk away is the man she can't stop thinking about. It doesn't matter what she posts. It doesn't matter what she says. It doesn't matter how many times she accidentally brings up her ex. The only thing that matters is how you respond. If you react, if you chase, if you get jealous, she owns you. If you stay unmoved, if you laugh, if you keep living like her attention is a bonus, not a necessity, you become rare. She'll never tell you about the late night doubts, the moments she wonders if you're really who you say you are. She'll never admit that the more you let her in, the more she questions if you'll get bored and leave. So she tests, she pushes, she waits for you to crack. You want to win? Don't crack. Don't chase. Don't let her see that she's your entire world. Let her orbit you. Let her work for you. Let her earn you, because that's the truth every guy who gets it understands. It's not about being cruel. It's about being rare. Women will never tell you they're drawn to the man who makes them feel like they're winning a prize, not the man who hands out participation trophies. She'll never say that her attraction is built on respect, and her respect is built on boundaries. You don't set boundaries to keep her out. You set boundaries because you refuse to lose yourself for anyone. You don't walk away to play games. You walk away to protect your own energy. You don't stop chasing because you don't care. You stop chasing because you value yourself more than her temporary attention. You want a woman to obsess over you? Give her something to lose. Give her the sense that you could walk away at any moment, not because you're angry, but because your standards are set in stone. You want to know what keeps a woman up at night? Not a man who loves her unconditionally, but a man who loves himself so much that he won't accept less than respect. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a jerk. You need to be a challenge. You need to be the man who can say no without fear. You need to be the one who leaves when he's not valued. That's the guy she'll never tell her friends about, but he's the one they're all talking about behind closed doors. She'll never tell you her biggest fear is being with a man who depends on her for happiness. She wants to join your journey, not become your destination. She'll never say it, but she craves the man whose life she can add to, not the one who makes her the center of everything. That's why the man who pulls away, who disappears to work on himself, who is a mystery even after months, that's the man she can't stop chasing. She'll never tell you how much it means when you say no, when you have plans and you stick to them, when you don't cancel on your purpose just to see her. That's the kind of man who stands out in a world of men who fold the second a pretty face walks in. You want the real hack? Get busy with your own life. Let her wonder, let her guess, let her fight for a place in your story. And if you ever feel yourself slipping, if you ever catch yourself waiting on her reply, chasing her validation, making her the center, pull back. Discipline is the most attractive quality you'll ever have. She'll never say this, but she's watching. She's testing. She's waiting to see if you're really different. Modern dating isn't about being the nicest. It's about being the rarest. Be the man she's afraid to lose. Be the man she can't predict. Be the man who sets the rules and keeps them. She'll never tell you how much she wants that, but you'll see it in the way she looks at you when you finally walk away from anyone who treats you like you're replaceable. If this feels like your story, say it out loud in the comments. Don't hold it in. And if you want more real talk, no one else is willing to say, subscribe now. Your future self will thank you. Thank you for listening. This is Matt shutting the door on illusions for the Closure Club. Catch you next round. where the truth always gets the last word.